Namaste, hello and welcome, my beautiful family of light. It's good to be with you. I do hope you're well, and we're now moving into December of 2025 for the Planetary energetics update that I will be delivering today, both from myself and of course my team. So I do hope that you're navigating well. This year, hasn't it, if we look back, has been such a year of cleansing, of purging, of so many changes taking place. And first of all, it's good to acknowledge those changes that we have welcomed into our lives and that we have moved into, because I think there's been a great maturity as well, hasn't there? I can certainly say that for myself, as we kind of soften into these and relax into these higher energies of our true selves, of our soul and our oversoul, that are guiding us so strongly now at this time. And I know many of you are making that time to be still, to listen within, to connect to that higher guidance. And I think this is why I think it was on the last podcast with the energetics update, it was Melchizedek come through and said how this trajectory has really changed, that we've sort of gone over that tipping point now to be on this path of this ascension and these greater frequencies and energies that are occurring in our world because of the work we're doing. So, and I wanted to say that, remember that those of you that have been through or are going through a lot of cleansing, this energetic cleansing and purging is not a loss. It's helping us to recalibrate. It's helping us to, I always see the cells kind of vibrating like this as we release and let go of different things that have limited us. But at that time, maybe they did serve us. So as these things are moving out, just acknowledge them, just continue to let go, and just affirm that as you are softening your breath, you can really remember the truth of who you are. Soften and connect within, because we're all building our world, if you like, from the inside out. And as we change this landscape, as we work within with these emotions and feelings and thoughts and beliefs and habits and challenges, we do keep evolving, don't we? And I'll come back to that in a moment. But I wanted to just mention this, how to enhance the energy of freedom. Because after all these changes and this cleansing that's taken place, it's important now that we allow space for the new to come in and for that new energy to take place and anchor into our lives. And there needs to be an energy, if you like, an essence of freedom. And we move into that freedom by our choices, don't we? We allow ourselves to be free to move in to the new. And this ties into that energy and that essence of freedom as we allow ourselves to become free. There's less resistance, and that freer energy is then able to flow a lot more freely and abundantly through us. So as that moves through us, we relax, because I find myself, I don't know if you can agree with this, that when we've had a lot going on, when we've had maybe a lot of challenges or felt overwhelmed, or there's been, sadness occurring, whatever it is, when we're in that kind of state and we're trying to get through things, we kind of naturally tense up if we're not careful. But if we can be aware of allowing ourselves to soften and to interact with these feelings and thoughts and emotions, then as we merge with that love within us, it does make that rite of passage almost a lot easier. But as we let go and allow this resistance to soften, that will assist us then in this time of moving into that truer and greater alignment with all that is, and that can then feel that greater sense of oneness, that greater sense of connection. And at this time with these energies, this is what we're being really encouraged and supported in doing to help move into this energy of greater freedom, because it is available to us. And we just need to make those choices that can set us free by choosing the higher road. You know, I've had a few breakthroughs the last few weeks, and like those real aha moments, and those deeper understandings that have helped me move forward into feeling a greater freedom. There was a time when I felt quite, what should I say, not stuck, but maybe just almost like everything was quite an effort, everything was quite hard. And I realised then, I thought, well, you know, what do I need to release? What am I thinking or feeling that's causing this kind of barrier, this resistance, if you like? And I find that as we relax, then that resistance can move through us and allow more light in. So when we move beyond that tension and we keep making those times, those quiet times to relax, to contemplate, to reflect, often that really helps soften that resistance. And just a little check here, because I had to do it, just make sure you're not being too hard on yourself, thinking, well, I should be over this now, I should have done that by now, because that's just tension. That isn't what our higher selves would guide us towards. So as we release and soften, then we can allow, if you like, these floodgates to open up to our higher selves and those higher understandings, and remembering that all the answers we need do lie within us. This heart center, this portal is forever evolving with us, and we will be getting downloads and much more guidance and wisdom that come from a higher self. The more we do that inner work, the more we connect. So also just wanted to say that, just to remind you that freedom is not a destination, it is a frequency. And as we are energetic beings, everything depends on what we are thinking, the choices we are making, and of course that greater awareness of love through that role of relaxation. Because some people say, oh, relaxation, it just feels being lazy, but it isn't. Relaxation is not an inaction. It's actually a dynamic receptivity. As we relax, it allows us to open, and it allows us, doesn't it, to be more receptive. So feel what you can do through these energies, these planetary energetics that are coming in now to guide us into these breakthroughs, to become more coherent with those energies of freedom, by making that space for the new to come in, and that softening of allowing that relaxation, that resistance to just move away and be replaced by a greater, higher energy, the energies of our soul, the energies of our teams and loved ones that are forever encouraging us and inspiring us. And it was almost like, you know, I could just feel we've almost got thousands, if not millions, of cheerleaders behind us, encouraging us on, because I know, I can feel it within me, that we are heading towards such expansion, such greater, happier freedom times. And again, I think I've mentioned this before, it's just letting all the drama play out. Don't get pulled into it, and making that quiet time with yourself, with your higher self, with your soul, because that is what is taking us to this greater freedom and joy. So make that quiet time, feel your way through by connecting with your wisdom and making those choices to mature, to grow into that light as we transmute the old and transform into this greater freedom. Then we can fly almost into freedom, like the butterfly and its wings, or angels and their wings. You know, we earn our wings, as they say, but I feel it's this working within to become the best that we can be and invite that freedom in. So I'm going to call in my team and see what they have to say. I always look forward to it. So one moment. Greetings, dear sisters and brothers. We are so thrilled and delighted to be able to make this transmission with you. And this is a time, as our dear sister says, of moving in to a much vaster, a much broader energy of freedom. The freedoms that you have to always make the best choices for yourself, to direct your life in a way that brings you greater joy, that through that freedom. And we may have said this to you many times before, that all your teams, all your guides, your ancestors, these higher benevolent beings are doing everything in their possible power to assist you through. But remember, we can never take away your absolute freedom of choice, your free will. That is something that is an innate part of you. Now, when you need help, of course, if you call on us for your help, that help will always be given. But in a way that it isn't taking away your energy, so you're still learning and you're still growing through those choices you make to become more in alignment with the freedom within you. So what we're saying is, dear ones, that these energies that are streaming, that are flowing in through your solar system, your universe, into your planetary energetics, into everything in existence on your planet, are now at such a vibration, because so many have asked, that it's able now to encourage you into expanding into the greater freedom. And that greater freedom comes from a great release of letting go, as our dear sister said, of old paradigms. You see these things just moving away out of your lives, and this disintegration of all these old systems, because the energy cannot exist. The energy of that darker force cannot exist in the higher frequencies of love. And now is so important for you to hold that space, to really be true and authentic with that connection and that expression of who you are. If there have been relationships, if there have been issues, if there have been situations that you have found so challenging, so difficult, know that your soul, you have called for these challenges so you can expand further, gain a greater knowledge in the ways of using the light and the love within you. That essence, that divine essence that resides within you. These energies now are moving you in to the frequencies of greater creativity. So be aware of changes and new ideas that you truly wish to move forward with. And don't let anything hold you back. Don't let the old beliefs or the old ways of the past hold you back from opening up to that greater divine energy that is just so excited to be expressed, to create the world that you wish to live in with a stronger alignment now. Alignment, dear ones, alignment is everything. For as you make those quiet times to connect within, connect through your heart to your soul, you are, as our dear sister said, opening those floodgates for those higher energies that will bring into the physical a greater way of living with more harmony and coherence to these higher fifth dimensional energies. A fifth dimension is not a place, we wish to remind you. The fifth dimension is a frequency that you are all, so many of you, experiencing in and out of those frequencies. But when there are things that still need to clear, then so you're not carrying that forward with you, you may have little moments as you need to stop, you need to slow down and feel where you can make a choice to rise to a higher choice that will raise your frequency, that will raise your energies, that will raise your mood, and that through your collaborations with others, seeing so many things taking place. And as your frequency rises, dear ones, you will find that there are more advanced technologies coming in because the hands that they are in can be trusted. There are many technologies that were available and have been available and that have either gotten into the wrong hands or have not been allowed to be in your world. And why? Because it will make your place an easier, more loving, more harmonic place to live in. One where there is no grand control. One where your freedom, your values, your morals, your joys are much more interwoven into the world you are building. So come out from underground, start to talk about your ideas, let your creativity run wild. Because as you're creating through that love within you, this world is being built on those energies, weaving it into the very fabric. There are so many steps that have been taken to open these doors, to allow you to, shall we say, connect more freely and more strongly to your higher talents, gifts and abilities at this time. You may even like to practice with those you trust your telepathic qualities, your visionary qualities, all these things that are becoming a greater part of you in building this new fifth dimensional frequency alignment from the truth within you. So these energies that are absolutely pouring in, we can't tell you how much these frequencies have raised, even just very recently, by all those doing that meditation work. So we encourage you and we give you great gratitude and appreciation For we know in that 3D reality, at times we know how hard that is. But keep your focus on those places that you wish to bring into reality, on those ideas, on those crystalline energies that are becoming so much more of your physical body as it moves through all the layers of your light bodies. We would also encourage you to use the gems, the crystals of your earth to sit quietly with. For Mother Gaia produces those exact frequencies and minerals within the crystals to help you align, to remember who you truly are. Remembering that through your intentions, through your choice, through your decisions, you are moving into these higher fifth dimensional energies more and more. Now, we mentioned in our last transmission, we mentioned about the interstellar object 3I Atlas, and we will remind you once more that by the end of this year, by the end of your month of December, you will have felt and seen those waves of energy that is coming to awaken humanity further. And those of you that have been way showers, that have been showers, that have been light workers in assisting others, will find an upgrade in their frequency in the most delightful way. There may be some that through this raising of frequency are thrown off their center. And we would say, if you are, because you will be around those people, interacting with those people, have compassion. Not everybody has the same understanding and the same awareness that these frequencies are coming in to awaken and activate. So there will be a lot of activations taking place on a deeper and stronger level. And this is why we have been working with you to help you integrate these energies at different stages. And this is what you have all been doing. So keep up that work through your meditations, your stillness, your quiet times, because these frequencies are about to make, shall we say, another leap in evolution. It is coming. And the next, not just this month, but the next, we would say 3 to 4 months, you are going to see so many evolutionary, shall we say, awakenings for you to really enjoy. So move with that freedom, move with your choices, move with your consciousness, because as you tune in to your consciousness, even if it's only short periods, for a few breaths at regular intervals through your day, you're going to recalibrate and integrate those energies in a far more susceptible way that will resonate throughout your entire being and enable you to become aware of your multi-dimensional selves in a much fuller way. We remind you that in your human embodiment, you are at your lowest frequency. But as you are becoming into greater coherence with your soul and your oversoul, those frequencies of your higher self, where you are resonating in the higher dimensional energies, are becoming a much greater and more, shall we say, fruitful part of your being. So keep working on that aligning with your soul self. Know there are so many galactic beings, interdimensional beings that are all working with you, as is your own higher self. And we want to remind you, dear ones, that your highest guide is that of your own higher self. Keep trusting that. Keep trusting and expressing through that freedom of creativity, that freedom to choose, that freedom to grow, that freedom to expand, that freedom to awaken, and see how much your world will be changing for the beautiful, delightful, incredible, magnificent world that is now being woven through your positivity, your divine guidance, and your choice to be here at this time and continuing to create heaven on earth. You are so incredibly loved. Feel that love now. Breathe that love in. While I transmit for you a light language to assist in you expanding in that freedom. Breathe these frequencies in. Ashana ma uni etika animasa. Oshinema I tikina ma sanu shana eya. Amasina tana maya nayama. O amanaya. O ayania. O amaya maya. Masaya naya. O shikana. Ishamana taya kikana, unama shanaya konai, tinasana, tinasana, shimaka, masanai, sasanai. Feel our love, our light, but most of all, dear sisters and brothers, feel your light. Allow your light to expand into all that you do, into all you desire, and be at peace. Release any conflict, release that resistance, move into the peace and the freedom of your true nature. We love you. We are always here for you, dear ones. We were with you in your dream times. We are with you in your quiet times. And remember to be in the beauty of your nature that holds those codes and radiates those healing vibrations and frequencies for you. With deep gratitude again, with so much love and appreciation, enjoy the rest of your time, enjoy the rest of your day, and feel our love. Goodbye for now, dear ones. The oneness of all that is. So, I hope you may remember that freedom is not something you seek. It is the rhythm of your essence when resistance is released. So keep making those quiet times to relax. Breathe and soften into your quiet moments. May the frequencies of clarity and joy and deep coherence continue to rise within you. As always, keep shining your magnificent light into the world, and may it bless all those you come into contact with. And I know that as this podcast goes out, we're moving towards the holidays. So, sorry, I just wanted to say, I could just feel them. I just wanted to say thank you for the team for that transmission as well. And they said there's going to be great revelations coming over the holiday period. So I'm not sure when that means, but maybe through that end of December. Thank you. So wishing you all a happy holidays. We're moving towards Thanksgiving here in America, and it's always such a happy, uplifting time. So I'm looking forward to sharing in that time with friends. May you feel that peace in your heart. May you feel my peace and feel my love, and keep enhancing that energy of freedom. I love you. If there's any way you find that you enjoy expressing that freedom, please leave it down in the comments. Sing, dance, paint, go wild, whatever it is. I love you. Take care. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for your continued support. I love you. Namaste.